Hey there, gang. This is Toby, host of the podcast Prioritize. I know that everything you listen to and every YouTube video you watch always has that, hey, gang, like and subscribe. Right. Why you no like and subscribe? No. That's my thing. I don't want to pressure you into liking or subscribing to anything, especially if you don't get value from it.
Why you no get value from this?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, if you like it, you're welcome to subscribe it.
Otherwise, we shoot you and bury you in desert.
No, we're not planning on doing that.
Fine. We just bury you in desert.
No, we're not going to shoot you, and we're not going to bury you in the desert.
Why we do nothing?
Well, I'm just saying, if you like it, you're welcome to subscribe, leave a comment or something like that. This helps other people find it as well.
Right. We need your help. Otherwise, we shoot you.
No, we're not going to do that.
Fine. We do nothing. This is a stupid show.
Welcome to another episode of Prioritize. They accomplish while you drown in lists. It's difficult to juggle your responsibilities. Husband, father, brother. It goes on, but your energy doesn't.
You pondering what I'm pondering?
Prioritize what's right for you, not what's left behind. This is Prioritize with Toby Baker.
You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. This is Prioritize. Here we discuss prioritizing faith, family, relationships, and more. I always feel like I gotta go into one of them kind of preachers from back in the day. Faith, family, relate, where they get like 5 syllables for God. You've got to praise God. I don't know. Maybe it's got nothing to it. That's okay. I'll just skip that. We'll just cut that out before or not. I don't know who's going to cut this up. It should be me. We should really start back over because it's just going downhill. I am your quasi-wide, formerly fat host, the Baker Boy himself. Welcome to the show. Hey, I wanted to say I really appreciate the comments y'all been sending out. That means a lot. You know, it does not. Oh man, are you on this thing called the interwebs, the Facebook? Have you heard of this Facebook? Wow, there's a lot of stuff on there. And then there's a Twitter. Nope, sorry, got it wrong. Twitter, not Twitter, not tweet. Twitter. Excuse me, I'm a little bit behind. Now there's a Twitter where like you can send out a bunch of characters and then they do stuff and they push people down and they criticize people all day long. I think to myself, which is easier to do, to cut somebody down or to build them up? And the answer is very easy. It all depends on what kind of katana blade that you're using. Now, if you're using an Ettore Hanzo sword from the lovely films from Quentin Tarantino, then you know it's going to be very simple. It's going to be very quick, somewhat painless, but there's probably going to be some blood. I'm just saying, okay? Or, wait, we could just build people up. Now, that's the challenge, isn't it? That takes a little effort. That takes a little work on our part. If I want to compliment somebody, I can't just walk up to them and be like, hey, you're good. You're a good guy. You're good, Joe. Yes, you are. It doesn't work that way, does it? Like, you really got to step up the game just a little bit. And man alive, people, we cut each other down an awful lot. And this is why I just wanted to spend just a moment of expressing my gratitude. Don't go anywhere. I promise we're going to get to sharks in the water. I promise you. I just want to say, man, when you take, I don't know how long it takes you. I'm guessing you're not sitting there for hours on end thinking, what could I send out? I would imagine it's probably less than 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, if that. And when you think about it, it doesn't cost us any money. I mean, when you know, time is money, and I get that. But if we shove that aside for just a few moments, what does it really cost you to send out some positive comments in the world, to compliment somebody, to go above and beyond just a little bit? When you compliment your wife, instead of saying, honey, you look nice today, instead of, doing a, oh, honey, you're looking like delicious today, huh? You're looking like the hotties, I'm just saying, okay? Maybe we add some teeth to it. You know, you compliment her eyes. You compliment her hair. You compliment the way that her dress looks. Maybe you can go on a little deeper than that and compliment something about her personality. My wife, for example, has a tremendous amount of grace, and she puts forth such effort for our boys and myself. It's amazing. I have never met somebody with as much grace that she has. And her smile, it's magical. Like there's magic fairy dust inside this smile. You won't even believe it. And when she says my name, it just causes time for pause. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she's going to listen to the podcast, I would hope that would be of encouragement to her. Did that cost me anything? No, it didn't. And she knows now, I mean, if she didn't before, that all these people, all 5 of you out there that are listening, all the people out there that are going to be listening to the podcast now know I have a certain affinity for my wife. I love my wife. I love the way she looks and the way she makes me feel and how hard she works. Does that cost me? Does it cost you anything to lift somebody up, to lift up your spouse, to lift up your wife when you get up in the morning, you know, before she goes off to work? Send her off on cloud 9. It will do wonders for you. It's going to do wonders for your marriage. Anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for the comments. I really appreciate the coming in. They're coming in a lot. And on the days where everything does not go according to my plan, which happens only, let me think, only on the days that end in Y. Everything else, it's like perfectamundo. Oh, he's really good. Yeah, it's all good. So I appreciate the comments. Thank you so much. I know you could be listening to literally any number of podcasts right now because everyone and their sister has a podcast. You thought I was going to say brother, did you? Ha, 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 caught you. No, it's sister. You want to talk about sisters? Let's talk about sisters. You know, I have a sister, believe it or not. Oh, she, you know, we did not get along a whole lot when we were kids. And that's mostly my fault because I'm a jerk. I know, you're like, Tobe, really? You seem like such a nice guy. Nah, I was not the best big brother, you know, back in the day. But today, hopefully, our relationship is far better than it was way back then. Anyway, you could be listening to a number of podcasts right now. I really appreciate your listening to prioritizing this podcast. I really appreciate it. And speaking of prioritizing, today we prioritize dear old Dad. We're doing a bonus episode here for Dad. We got a few more episodes coming up. I just want to take a moment here. Father's Day is right around the corner. I hope you guys are ready, set to go. Hope you got the menu planned. I don't know about the fathers out there. I'm a dad who likes food. I'm a food dad. I'm a food guy. Bacon, steak, yes, please. How much would you like? Yes, please. That's me. I mean, you put that with a good bourbon, a fine cigar afterward. Man, that's really good for me. I know it's good for me. I mean, it tastes good. That's what I was trying to say, is that it tastes good. My dad, if I could brag about my dad here for just a second, workaholic, this guy. I mean, he really put down a very good example of work ethic, of integrity, of trying to do his people right. His people are, his customers are patients. Guy's a doctor, been a doctor all my life and for most of his life. Cares about his patients, cares about the practice of medicine, and God just spent oodles and oodles and oodles of time and hours and everything investing into his business so that he could invest back into his family. Really appreciative of that. How's your dad doing? You know, us fathers, we are not a perfect group. We're not a perfect people. I don't know any dad who has said, yes, I'm the best dad in the world. We get crowned that. I got crowned the so it's good. I got crowned the okayest dad in the world. I have the t-shirt to prove it. Thank you very much. Not a whole lot of people are vying for that position on the ladder of worst dad in the world to best dad in the world. Nobody's after my position, and that's the okayest dad in the world. So It was such an awesome t-shirt. I thought it was hilarious. So just want to share that. I'm not even charging you for that bit of information, okay? You're welcome. It's really not easy to be a dad. We don't get a manual. We talk to other dads who are trying to do it right. We try to do the best that we can at the time that we're the dad with the tools that we have. And the good dads, they give it their best. I know there's a lot of children out there who donated their sperm and were never a dad. They get called dad. Don't feel the need to call them a dad, okay? It gives the rest of the dads out there who are trying hard, who are working hard, who are doing the very best that they can, gives them a bad name. Don't call those other people dads who are not actually being a dad. And don't feel compelled to call them a dad. Because you have to earn the title of dad and father. You can't just show up and then donate some stuff and then expect that your kid's going to love you or that you get to be called dad. You don't get to be called dad. My dad didn't do everything perfect. I didn't do everything perfect. You pick out the best stuff that they do and you emphasize that. You focus on that. You raise them up because of that and they become a better dad. I've worn several different hats over the years and had various jobs. And my favorite hat that I've worn next to son of God and husband to my wife is that of father, that of dad to our boys. Gosh, I've just so much loved being a part of their life and being able to be there with them. And I felt privileged that God entrusted Joyce and I to these boys. And it's been so much fun just to watch them grow up, to wrestle around with them, to teach them different stuff. Here's how you slice a 2-liter of water open with a katana blade. Here is the best way to duct tape a cat to a chandelier. There's all kinds of stuff that we as dads get to teach. Okay, that's not true. I didn't teach them how to cut open a 2-liter bottle with a katana blade. It was a 3-liter bottle of Faygo soda. You should have seen it. It was everywhere. It was amazing. So much fun. And, so you get to do these things with it. You teach them how to grill. You teach them that, there's a certain kind of music that's in if you're going to play music, it's got to be the blues, right? When you're on the barbecue, you're playing the blues. When you're doing the steak, it's the rock and roll. When, or hip hop, I got probably in there somewhere too. So there's different details that you're good at, or that you think you're good at, and you hope you're good at, and you want to pass these traits on down to your kids. It's called doing life with the kids. We don't get it right every time. I want to encourage you, if you're the son listening to the podcast, spend some time with your dad, sometime this weekend. Doesn't have to be the whole weekend. Doesn't have to be an entire day. Just spend some time with him. Do something with your dad that he enjoys doing. That will send him over the clouds. That will lift up, if he's down in the dumps, that'll lift up the spirits. You don't even have to bring him a gift if you don't want to. If you know what he drinks, if you know what he smokes, if you know what he enjoys, if you know he enjoys steak or chicken or the barbecue, he enjoys a certain restaurant, you may not have enough money, but pitch in on the meal or offer to pitch in on the meal. It's not all about the gift that you would bring to your father as much as it is just the time. Because if you're anything like me, you know you can't buy the time from your kids. They got a job, they're getting paid for that. They got a life now, they're off living their life. And, hopefully they come back for these things. And who made Father's Day? I don't know. I'm glad they did. I'm glad they made Father's Day. It's another excuse. It's another reason I get to pull the family together and we spend a little time together. And we did this thing this one year. I was like, we eat a lot of food around Father's Day. What if we exercised around Father's Day? This was crazy. A fun idea. I would probably do it again if we get everybody involved. But we watched House MD. You ever seen House MD? My dad hates this show. A show called The House MD. Funny show. Really sarcastic, the doctor in this. And So he mocks the people. So he does absolutely nothing that I was saying earlier about the lifting people up. That's okay, though. It will just crystallize your encouragement of other people. Trust me on this. I know what I'm saying. So we're watching a few episodes of House. I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. Every time he says something sarcastic, we got to do 10 jumping jacks. Every time he calls somebody an idiot, we got to do 5 push-ups. By the end of the first episode, I was so worn out I could barely move. Maybe that's more of, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's more of a testimony to how much he mocks his fellow patients or his fellow doctors and patients, or how out of shape I am. Maybe both. Maybe both. I wrote this article. It's on the blog and it's in the paper. And I just wanted to share this with you if I may be permitted. I got so many great compliments on the last one. I don't know if you'll like this one nearly as much. This was one of my favorite stories of our eldest son when we did this thing. I just wanted to share it with you here real quick, if that's okay. It's a rare thing to have a captive audience and actually have something to say. And today, I hope, and I'm hoping that I have both. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but once upon a time, our eldest son was in middle school, and I had the pleasure of accompanying him and his group to the Fort Wayne Zoo. He was on the edge of his seat in anticipation to see firsthand, for the first time, the shark exhibit. As a first-time father, I may have made some poor decisions in permitting him to screen some Shark Week episodes from Discovery, a time or 2 or 5. But in all fairness, gang, it is something to behold, watching a sleepless species of the fish family relentlessly hunt and unapologetically shred their prey. And when you stand just inches away from a predator of that kind of magnitude, with mere glass between you and 15 rows of razor-sharp teeth on each jaw, it tends to steal your breath while sending chills up your spine. We saw nearly every exhibit, and our feet grew weary, so the promise of ice cream to help rejuvenate was certainly in order. Time must have eluded us as we received the alert text that we only had a few minutes remaining until we needed to head back to home base and return to the vehicles. The ice cream was still frozen to the paper, and we had barely even begun to dig in. And yet we had to make it to the shark exhibit on the other side of the zoo. I felt the world of condescending parents pointing their collective finger and shouting, how could a father lose track of time to permit the loss of the main exhibit he wished to see? What was wrong with me? We ran. We raced like the wind, hurdling strollers and bent-over kids trying to pick up the gum they just lost as we counted the minutes ticking downward like a cartoon anvil. I would not be the one dad who failed to make sure his kid got to see the main attraction. His excitement regarding the exhibit on the way to the zoo echoed in my ears as we ran for dear life to beat the clock. Another text came through. Time was of the essence. We had little to spare. We finally made it to the entrance. We were there with a few minutes, actually, to walk through and greet the deadly sharks with a smile. That was, at least until I saw the sign. It quite blatantly and well-enforced stated that there was to be no food permitted in the shark exhibit. Once again, failure loomed like a prowling lion. We, of course, barely ate any of the promised ice cream we just bought due to the massive and prize-winning sprint. There was a choice to be made. So I turned to Michael and explained with what few words I could muster and with all apologies that we didn't have time to do both the ice cream and the sharks because we apparently could not enter through with our ice cream as they prefer to starve the sharks and feed them little children who get lost at the zoo at the end of the day. That's not fair. I may have been misleading on the last part. I was recently informed that they feed the sharks at the beginning of the day now. It seems to be less messy. I did not possess the words to adequately convey the idea like the dads in the movies where they They sit down with her son, say a few sentences that sound really cool, and walk out with a fist bump and face the world shoulder to shoulder. I had a small moment of genius at the last second and said, Mike, okay, wait. Well, we can't take in the ice cream, and I would hate for you to miss out on the sharks because I mess up on the time. I'm sorry about that. Why don't I hold on to your ice cream? You can go through and check out the sharks, and when you're finished, the ice cream will be right here waiting for you. What would you like to do? I'll remember his next words to my deathbed. They just meant so much to me. He says this, "What do you think, Dad? Of course. I want to stay here and eat the ice cream with my dad. Sharks can wait until next time." My eyes welted up with tears while my chest puffed up with air. I was a king. I was a king and held my head high while proudly surveying my kingdom with style and then some alongside my son who wanted to eat ice cream with me, overseeing his much-beloved sharks. My subjects thusly bowed their heads in reverence while donning my shoulders promptly with a royal robe and my head with a golden crown riddled with gems which were obviously from Jared's. Your son runs to you with glee and a bright smile dons his face as he asks, "Hey, Dad, can you come help me with this?" You begin to channel your inner James Earl Jones and reply,
"Yes, my son, I shall help, for I am your father."
All of a sudden, you have a new breath in your lungs, new skin on your bones. You flip your hair back with your left hand, ripping open your shirt to reveal your super dad tights. Your cape flowing in the wind with gloves on and bones strengthened, you walk fearlessly behind your child as thunder claps in the background with every step, and music rises in cinematic form, and the sun sets in the distance, shadowing two silhouettes walking together, and fade out. As credits roll across the screen, you see your name in bright white lettering against the black background, Dad, played by none other than you, as it should be. I've held several positions with varying rates of pay over the past 26 years, but none have ever come close to the compensation plan of being a dad. There is this magical and incomprehensible reciprocating enrichment which comes from pouring of yourself into your children, from your knowledge to life experiences to just the everyday. If you are a dad, then you already know of that which I speak, and you know fully well the benefits of being a dad and the numerous and varied rewards of doing your best to fulfill the role of father. I'm an amateur myself, but may I encourage you then, as Father's Day lies right around the corner, to dive in headfirst, soak it up, live it up, and do everything you can to raise your children above your shoulders and keep them there as long as possible. Hold them close, for the years go by in a blink. But then again, that's just my humble opinion.